Next for Zips, a family-owned local chain with hundreds of employees.
Many, in fact, wondering if they still have a job tonight, and customers are asking when those restaurants will reopen. Molly
I spoke
McBride.
with a couple of different Zips employees off camera. They didn't want to appear on television, but they shared the same uncertainty about what lies ahead and whether or not they still have jobs. One employee tearing up while she told me she wasn't sure if she'd receive her next paycheck. Another saying she was actually working yesterday when about 30 agents poured into the restaurant. She says they told customers to leave and the staff to gather at one of the tables. That's when two cooks and their kitchen manager were, quote, almost immediately placed in makeshift handcuffs. She told me she assumed she was out of a job indefinitely and that all of the Sports Girls locations were closed today. Now, we stopped by 4 different Zips, all empty. I also called every location in the valley. All but one rang indefinitely. The one location that did answer directed us to their main office. We finally heard from Zips this evening. In a statement, they wrote, quote, federal officials have not shared details regarding the nature of the investigation, and no charges or allegations have been announced. Zip Sports Girl locations are currently closed, but we are working to reopen by the end of the week. We will notify our customers as soon as we resume normal operations. They added they are cooperating with law enforcement, working closely with their attorneys to understand the, quote, scope of the inquiry. Now, it's only Tuesday. They're looking toward the end of the week to reopen. We'll, of course, keep you updated and let you know once we learn more information. Reporting in Phoenix, I'm Molly McBride for Arizona's Family.